Been years of experience with data modeling and ERWin data modeler. Throughout my last 10 years career, I have been using this software in various ways, and I have a very good grasp on the software, ERWin data modeler, and other products in that family. So this training in overall, it will cover two different aspects. Let me show you what are they. When we learn data modeling, our intent is to learn data modeling using ERWin data modeler software. So the first important aspect of data modeling, what we will learn through this training, is the concepts around data modeling. So there are various foundational aspects that can make one person a good data modeler, and we will be discussing all those important concepts around logical data modeling and physical data modeling, and also conceptual data modeling. Then another important aspect of this training is that I will be giving you hands-on training on the software called ERWin. ERWin, if you are aware of ERWin, it's one of the popular data modeling tools available in market. And even if you are not sure which data modeling tool you will use, it will be a very good advantage to learn ERWin data modeler, because there are a lot of things similar in or across data modeling tools. So learning ERWin will even enable you to use other data modeling tools as well. Then another important aspect that we will do in this training is practicing data modeling. So there are different ways to or approaches to do data modeling, and we will be practicing them as part of this training. So data modeling practice in different ways. One is we get a set of business requirements, then analyze those business requirements, and then perform data modeling. Or then if we already have a database in production, we build a data model and continue the data modeling from there. So there are different approaches for data modeling based on different circumstances. So we will be practicing them as well. These are the three important aspects covered in this training, and I'll take you through more details on this. Let's start with what is data modeling, and then I will take you through the details of this training. If we try to find an appropriate definition for data modeling is in fact about analyzing the business requirements, or to be precise, analyze the data requirements of a business, and then come up with designs or models that can be used for developing databases. So the data modeling comes in the process of developing an information system, and we perform data modeling, logical data modeling, by analyzing the business requirements from a data needs perspective, then understand the complex data structures involved in the business. Eventually, we want to support the business process by developing applications and databases. So once we have these complex structures identified, we can come up with a model or a design that can be used to develop a database. So effectively, data modeling is the process of analyzing business requirements from a data needs perspective and then developing data models for that to support that business process. Then it's very interesting topic, and once you start doing data modeling, if you have not been doing earlier, once you start doing data modeling, you will find it it's a very interesting topic, and it has the mix of creativity and logic. That's the part which will really entice you to be a data modeler or data architect. Let's see a very simple scenario of building a house. This example or metaphor will help you understand the role of a data modeler. When we want to construct a house or any building, what we do first, we will go and approach an architect and civil engineer, and we will explain all the needs. This architect will listen to all the needs, wish lists, and then all the constraints, budget. Then based on all these needs, and also by applying the years of rigorous knowledge this particular architect or civil engineer has, theoretical and experiential learning he has or she has, then they will come up with a design for our building, and then that design will be negotiated with the actual user to make sure that this design will definitely fit into the requirements and also to the budget. Once that is finalized, that design will be built by the builders, and a new house or a building will be constructed. So I was talking to you a metaphor to explain you what is data modeling. Let's go to data modeling. So the role of a data modeler is very similar to that. Very similar to that of an architect, or exactly an architect. So the role of a data modeler is to go and talk to the subject matter expert in the business, or go and analyze himself or herself what's going on in the business, and then capture the data needs of that business, data needs of different business process, different divisions, different activities involved in the business, and then those needs has to be translated into logical structures. That is called a data model. And then once we have identified the correct logical structure of the data involved in the business, this data model can be built into or used to build a database. So this is perfectly the role of a data modeler, to capture and translate those data needs and make a data model and then build as a database. Then there will be a parallel team. You can call them software architect and software development team. They will look at the process requirements, and then they will come up with the process models and function models, and then they will develop applications as well. Finally, these applications and databases need to work together to accomplish what is the objective of that information system. Okay, that was about what is data modeling. Now let's go a little bit deep into what will be covered as part of this training. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Hello. Yeah. So let me go a bit deeper into what will be covered as part of this training. We will cover the principles and process of logical data modeling. What are the foundational concepts? What are the concept elements involved in performing logical data modeling? And then we will practice how to analyze the business requirements and then come up with a data model. Then we will learn how to develop logical and physical data models using ERWin data modeler. Then how to build those, as we discussed in the previous slide, how to build those databases in the context of a database, whether SQL Server, Oracle, DB2, anything. Then another important aspect of this training is dimensional modeling approach. Dimensional modeling is again data modeling with a different set of requirements or a specific set of purpose. So we will also learn what is dimensional modeling and what are the considerations for dimensional modeling, and how it can be done using the software. And yes, to summarize, I will be giving you very detailed product training on ERWin Data Modeler. Let me explain you what are the concepts, data modeling concepts that we will cover in this training, and also what are the features of ERWin Data Modeler software that we are going to discuss as part of this training. First, concepts. What you are seeing on the screen is data modeling concepts that we are going to discuss part of this training. We will learn what are entities, attributes, and relationships that are you will find they appear on a conceptual or logical data model. Then we will learn how to develop a entity relationship diagram, how to read an entity relationship diagram, what is the language, what are the languages used for entity relationship diagramming or entity relationship modeling. Then we will learn different type of relationships. We will learn entities and attributes. Then we'll also learn in detail different type of relationships that can happen across entities. Then, for example, recursive or self-join relationship. What are the implications of that such a relationship between two entities or within a same entity? Then subtype, supertype relationship. When we look at the real world and then we try to model that real world into a logical data model, then you may identify some supertype, subtype relationships and how we can model them, how we can resolve them, how can we implement them. What are the consequences? We'll be learning those parts. Then different type of keys, then logical to physical transformation of different scenarios, and then we will also learn very foundational concepts like what is a relational model, then what is database normalization. Then we will learn in detail at least first 3 levels of normalization. Then we will also cover relational algebra and SQL. That will be a tremendous help for you to be good at writing SQL with a sort of support for mathematics. So we will learn relational algebra and SQL concepts. Then we will learn dimensional modeling. What are fact tables? What are dimensions? And then different type of dimensional models, star schema and snowflake. Then I will also take you through a specific case modeling different type of hierarchies. These are the concepts that will be covered as part of this training. And then from software experience side, for ERWin Data Modeler, I will be anything we do to learn this conceptual modeling, we will be using ERWin Data Modeler. That will give you a very good understanding on how to use this product to perform those, to accomplish those requirements. And then to talk specifically about different features or capabilities of the software that will be covered as part of this training, we will be learning data modeling and diagramming, how to really develop a data model, what are the different elements of a data model that can be created in a ERWin, the ERWin software. Then diagramming, how we can explore the capability of this software to develop very powerful entity relationship diagrams. Then we will learn forward engineering and reverse engineering, building a database or building a model from a database, and you can consider it that. Then synchronization between model and database. So let's say I have a data model and I have a database, and in my overall project life cycle, I might make a lot of changes in my data model, and I may want to apply those changes to database. Those synchronization between a database which is in production and a corresponding model. Then we will learn model comparison in detail. There is a very powerful functionality in this tool which will help you to compare two data models and do bidirectional synchronization, import and export. Then comparing with two databases or model with a database, we will be learning those comparison functionality. And then we will learn reporting and publishing. That's another very useful functionality in this software. If you have a data model, if you have a data model and if you have a team environment, you may want to share your the metadata information or your models and designs across the team. You can use reporting and publishing functionality of this software, and I will be taking you through that. Then domain, bulk editing, standardizing and reusing design elements, repository, and active model templates. These are all other functionalities we have in this software that can make you a very equipped and a very effective data modeler. It's fun to use all these functionalities to accomplish our being a data modeler or data architect to accomplish our day-to-day activities. So I will be taking you through all these functionalities. These are all important functionalities in ERWin Data Modeler that will make you very well equipped to use a data modeling tool. Not only ERWin, if you understand it in the context of one data modeling tool, you should be equipped to go and explore and find out similar functionalities in other softwares as well. Then we will definitely learn dimensional modeling using ERWin. ERWin Data Modeler provides several features that will help you to develop a dimensional model with facts and dimensions, and then also document the data movement across schemas. So we will be learning those aspects as well. That's about the details, the concepts, and ERWin Data Modeler, and then the day-wise breakup of this training. I think Karthik, you have sent me a message asking me to repeat, recap. I will run through everything once again at the end. Right now, let me complete this. So the day-wise breakup, we have this course will be for the entire month of June. We will conclude in the early July. We will have 5 classes in every week. Thursday and Sunday morning India time we will have off. The remaining 5 days you will have classes. And we will start with logical data modeling, and then I'll take you through relational model and normalization concepts, and then we will explore the modeling concepts. Then we'll get into the software, and then I'll take you through all the important functionalities of the software. Even when you learn the features of the software, you will be learning some concepts around it as well. We will have a few assignments. I will give you when I take classes on specific topic, I will be giving you relevant assignments, so you can work yourself and send to me the result or your designs, and then I can review and provide you feedback. So this is the overall training curriculum, and what we have done so far is we started with what is data modeling, and I explained you in the context of building or constructing a house, what is the role of a data modeler. So it's very similar to an architect, and then we explained you the actual scenario of the business and information system development, where the role of a data modeler. Then we went through the topics that we are planning to cover in this training. I have explained that at a very high level, these are the 3 things what we will do in this 1 month. So if you first, what we will be starting with is the foundational aspects of data modeling. We will learn all the concepts. What is an entity? What is an attribute? What is a relationship? What are the different type of entities, attributes, and relationships, keys? Then how we can model them, and how we can transform them to a physical model and implement in a database. Then we will also learn recursive or self-join type of relationship, subtype relationship. Then how we can transform that to a physical model. What are the implications of taking different approach? Because if we try to model the real world a business scenario, you might find different options. We can exercise one of those options and come up with a database, but there will be implication of taking an option. So we need to be aware of that. We'll be covering that concepts part, and then the second part is software training. We will I'll take you through all the important functionalities of ERWin. Then another important aspect of this training is practice. I will be doing some practice in this classroom. I'll show you, demonstrate you analyzing a set of business requirements and then coming up with a logical data model for that, and then I'll give you an assignment that you need to do yourself and send me the data model by analyzing the set of requirements that I will send you. So these are the general concepts, and since we have some more time, I will show you ERWin Data Modeler and some of the workflows that might be interesting to you. What you see on the screen, this is the software that is ERWin Data Modeler. And what you can do is you can develop different type of data models, logical, physical, or logical, physical, different type of data models. If I develop a logical physical data model, let's say it will ask me to also select which database has to be on the physical side. So let's say if I say SQL Server 2008, it will allow me to create a model. What it is creating is a data model. Here I can create my entities and relationships. We will learn in detail how we can do that. So let me show you how to create an entity. I'm creating an employee entity with employee ID as an attribute and employee name as another attribute. I might add more attributes which describes an employee entity, and then I will add another entity. This is called department, and department has a department ID, department name, and more details, maybe department head, location, etc. Then let me create a non-identifying relationship. The meaning of identifying relationship and non-identifying relationship, many-to-many relationship, I can explain more details during the training class. Now let me create a relationship here. You can find a relationship is created, and a foreign key, a key is automatically migrated to employee table, effectively creating a foreign key from employee to department. And now what I did was, what I have just done is I created two entities and created a relationship. On the logical side of the model, these are called entities. You can see them called entities, department and employee. And if I switch to physical side, I will find a lot of different objects because they are all applicable in the context of SQL Server. Now I can see tables. So if I go to tables, on the left side you can see department and employee are treated as tables on the physical side. You can see those tables here. And if I want to build this data model in a database, I have to connect to database and send the corresponding DDL. Let me show you how to do that. There is a forward engineering functionality that is about building this model into a database. When I click on forward engineering, it brings me up the forward engineering user interface. Here, if I can go and select various options that will control how the DDL is generated. So if you do not want to create views, you go and select unselect the create view statement, and you have different security objects. Do you want to include or not? You take those decisions here, and then that will effectively help you to decide what to generate in the DDL. And now if I click on preview, it will show me corresponding DDL. See, this is I have created that model. I have created that model, and we created a table called department, and we created a primary key in that table, and then we created a table called employee. Employee ID was the primary key that's defined here, and then department ID is another column in employee that refers to department table. So you can see that that statement generated here. This is creating the foreign key from employee to department, and this is creating the initial tables and primary keys. So this is how forward engineering works, and we do have a lot of other tools for comparing models. You have this complete compare functionality. We can use this. It has got a lot of functional features and options to use. And there is a functionality called reverse engineering. I can quickly show you reverse engineering. What effectively reverse engineering does is it will help you to connect to a database and reverse engineer a schema. Let me click on this reverse engineer. I click on reverse engineer. It will ask me to select a database. I selected database and provided all the credentials. You can see I have selected ERWin database to reverse engineer from my machine. So what is ERWin? ERWin is what you see here is my SQL Server Management Studio. There is a database called ERWin. It has got several tables and views, and there are a lot of foreign keys between these tables as well. Let me reverse engineer that. If I look at this database like this, just give me an example. Let me give you an example. I have joined a new project, and that project is using a database, and it has got some 50 to 75 tables, or 150 tables, and a lot of relationship or foreign keys between them. And it's extremely difficult for us to understand the real structure of the data by looking at a set of objects like this. If you use a data modeling tool, let's see how much easy it is to understand this design. I will reverse engineer this database. That's what I'm doing here. Now within few seconds it created a data model for me. It has got all the views and tables. And let me first go to properties and switch off all the views display. I don't want to see, I don't want to see those views here. I'm just trying to explore the tables and relationships. And now let me use the layout tools. Let me use some layout tools to lay out this design. I can apply a layout to lay out this design. To view that, I can use there is an overview pane to just or I can just use this fit window to just get a window. And here I can see all the tables and relationships. And here one thing is, compared to the previous situation, it's going to be extremely easy for you to explore different tables involved and the relationships. As part of this training, what we will be doing in the very beginning is we will learn information engineering notation, because for drawing these entities and relationships, it is using information engineering notation. You can see some symbols here, 0, 1, many, and all. So here there is a 0 and 1. So if you want to read this data model and if you want to understand this design, you need to learn information engineering notation. So we will be learning information engineering notation in detail as part of this training. That will enable you to read this data model. Here it's extremely easy for you to understand how each entities are related. So let's say I have orders. This is in fact representing order. This is products. And how order and products are related. You can find a table here, order details, that has got order ID as a foreign key and product ID. So here it is defining an association between products and order. So each order can have one product at a time. So that's the meaning of this relationship. And we will be exploring it's extremely easy for us if we understand the meaning of this relationship line. We will be learning that as part of the training, how to read a data model. And then product provides different abilities. Let's say if I do not want to see a lot of information here, I have different ways to select what to be displayed. So if I just want to see only table names, I select table names. It will give you kind of abstract table name display in the entity relationship diagrams. You can use layout and then have a very minimal view of the design. All the attributes and everything else is there behind. Or if you want a different type of display, you can just go and select different type of display. Not only for the entire diagram, even it is possible for you to define a display at one object level. So let's say this is all the entity names and definitions. Here, if you share this information with a team member who is not at all interested in what attributes it has, just want to know all the entities and corresponding definitions, this kind of a view will be good enough. So we can always go and produce a report using these and hand over to our peers to let them understand what are the entities and how they are related, which really makes the entire information system, database and softwares. So that's the summary. We have a lot of functionalities in this product that we need to go and explore. We need more time for that. To again come back to what will be covered as part of this training, then I'll just recap that and then conclude. Once again, we have three important things. One is we will talk about all the foundational aspects of data modeling that are concepts, and then we will talk about ERWin. I'll take you through all the important functionalities of ERWin, and we will do practice. These are the three important things that is considered for this training. Here you can see what, if you ask me what are those concepts covered in this training, we will understand what are entities, attributes and relationships, how to develop powerful entity relationship diagrams, then how to read entity relationship diagrams, and then what are different type of relationships, keys, how to transform a logical data model into a physical model, then how to build them in a database, then what is the relational model, the EF codes relational model, and what is that foundational concept behind all the relational database management systems. Then we will learn database normalization. You will find learning database normalization is very easy because there are some techniques to learn them. And then we will learn relational algebra and SQL. That will help you to be very comfortable in developing or writing SQL statements with a maths background. So relational algebra is the core, relational algebra is the core starting point for SQL concept. And then we will be learning relational algebra and the how it really will help you to learn SQL. And then we will learn dimensional modeling. What are the different elements involved in a dimensional model, and modeling hierarchies is in fact something we should know, because there will be different hierarchies in the real world. How you can model that hierarchy and how you can really develop tables and relationship for them, and what are the implications of taking one or either approach. We will cover all these functionalities from ERWin Data Modeler. This will help you to develop data models and forward engineer those models, reverse engineer, compare, and do synchronization. And then I'll take you through all the productivity tools we have in the software: bulk editing, standardization, and reusability. And I will also explain you the repository software where all the models can be stored in a central location and managed. Okay, that concludes my demonstration, and now it is time for you to ask any questions. I will unmute all of you, so you can ask questions. If you want to ask question, you can ask via the text message as well.
Hi Harish, this is Karthik.
Hi Karthik.
Yeah, hi. Okay, I just have a simple question. Okay, we create the data model using this tool, right?
Yes.
So once you created, then how you will design the same in the database? Will you copy anything from here?
Yeah, I think you have joined a bit late, that's why you are missed. I had a quick demonstration of that. We developed a small data model. This was a small data model with two tables, employee and department. We had a relationship between them that was a foreign key from employee to department. You see that this department ID is a foreign key.
Yeah.
That is in fact referring department table. If you want to build this model into a database, you have this forward engineering functionality. You go there and get the DDL. This is the DDL. If you have this DDL, you can just click on generate. This will send this script to a database. When you click on generate, it will ask you to provide a connectivity to database. You provide the connectivity.
Okay.
These tables and foreign keys and primary keys and everything will be generated in a database.
I
Does that
see.
make
So,
sense?
so the table also will be created in the database, right?
Exactly. So if you want, I will just show you that. I do have SQL Server. Here you see bank is a database. It doesn't have any table here, right? You can see empty tables. System tables are not created by me. So there are no tables in this bank database. Let's see this employee and this particular model. It has got two tables and relationship between them. I click on generate because ERWin gave me all this DDL. Click on generate. It will ask me to connect to a database. This is SQL Server 2008. I will provide here a database name. That is what this bank. I'm going to provide this bank as the database to forward engineer. What I'm expecting now is I create this design in this bank database. So click on connect. It's 5 queries succeeded. There were no error while executing the DDL to database. And now if I go to this bank database, let me just refresh. I can find those tables here, department and employee. So this is, if you have a data model, you use forward engineering functionality to forward engineer that design to database.
Okay. So provided the schema should be created in the database prior to that, right?
No, that database was empty. I showed you that there were no tables here earlier.
No, the schema I'm saying, the what is it? The user should be created prior to this, right?
Yeah, a user connecting to database should be already created. Correct.
Okay. Okay, and as with this course, you will be covering the relational data model as well as the dimensional modeling as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the relational is for OLTP and dimensional is for OLAP, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So we'll be covering the dimensional modeling aspect as well. We'll learn the concept of developing a fact table and dimension table, and how even ERWin can be used for developing these. And we will also learn how to how to document the mapping and transformation from other schema to this schema. That's part of dimensional modeling.
Okay. Okay, fine, Mr. Arish. Understand your explanation. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Karthik. Thanks for asking questions. Do we have any more questions pending? Yeah, it seems there are no questions. I cannot see any text questions. So I think we are good to go.
And Harish, before you wind up, another question. This data modeling skill set is required for whom? Is for a developer or who will be having the skills in the real-time environment?
Yeah, the data modeling skills for a data modeler, data architect, and a database administrator who is somehow doing anything related with the design. If a database administrator is just administering, switching on and switching off and maintaining the database, probably not must, but still it's a very useful for a DBA to understand what is the design. But for a data modeler and data architect, this is very important. Then for a business analyst, or at least someone talk to customer and understand the business requirements, such roles, if they have data modeling basic foundation, it will help a lot. Then software engineers, developers, if they have basic skills of what is a data model and how to read a data model, they can come out of developing software without understanding the structure of the database. That's in most of the practical situation, developers will be thrown into a situation where they have to use a database, but no one will explain them what is the design of the database. If that's the case, if a developer knows how to go and reverse engineer a database and explore the entities and relationships and understand how they are related, then a developers can be more effective in this in their role. So, a software developer who is kind of a bit more experienced, let's say a beginner might not be really doing anything there. They have to depend on another person, but an experienced software developer, 3-year plus experienced software developer, if they know data modeling, that will help them to even build their knowledge in software architecture as well, because this will give you a very good foundation on data structure modeling. This is data fundamentals. So I found this is not only useful for developing database and maintaining database, this will even help you to structure your data elements in a software program as well. How you can even just like we do UML modeling, how to identify an object in a business process and how we can relate them with other objects. So this is a very foundational concept, and it can help software developers as well.
Okay. Okay, fine. So currently I'm working as a OBAE developer. So by having the skills, I can apply for the architect position, right?
Yeah. If you are into completely into business intelligence, right?
Yeah.
So if you gain these skills, this is in fact the foundational aspect of database design and data modeling. And we will also cover business modeling. In fact, the conceptual modeling side is analyzing the business requirements and then coming up with conceptual or logical models. So that part will make you comfortable to work in the overall OLTP in the whole cycle of developing a database. So you can be part of the data architecture team, where data modelers or data architects who really design the database, not only for analytics, also for operation systems.
I see. Okay, and in real time, this data modeling is a one-time design, right? They don't do changing as and when is it required, right?
No, not at all. Every single unless a business is completely stagnated, there will be constant change requirements. Some of those change requirements will lead to a change in the database.
I see. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, clear, Harish. I'm done with my
Thanks,
questions.
Karthik. Yeah, thanks,
Thank
Karthik.
you very much.
Thanks for asking that question. It seems we do not have any more questions. That means we are good to go, and you can contact BISP to enroll in this course if you find it useful. And I would like to say thank you for your time. I appreciate. Bye.